Stepping through the door, the first sense to activate is my nose. Smoke. I look around. I'm inside a home. Windows and doors and solid walls. So basically the home is doing its job of keeping all the outside stuff outside, and ditto with the inside stuff in. We're not talking hermetic, airtight seals here, but the only stuff that might have got in was when I opened the door and came through. So that would be stuff from my previous world. So why does it smell like I'm standing inside a lit cigarette? Okay, a little hyperbole there, but only in that it's pretty much physically impossible to do what I just said. Nevertheless, the smell of smoke in this house is beyond pervasive. It's in everything. The furniture, the fixtures, the walls. It's just part of this house. I look out the window and I can see why. It looks foggy out there, kind of dark. Everything's shrouded, except I can tell by the distorted filtered light that it's not fog, but smoke. A lot of smoke, giving it that post-apocalyptic zombie movie feel. I know it's smoke out there because I've seen conditions like this before. I've personally experienced them. If you're from California, as I've said before, you're likely familiar with earthquakes. There's another thing you're probably familiar with on some level: wildfires. You might think that smoke is smoke and comes in only one variety. You'd be wrong. Each type of smoke has its own makeup, its own melange, its own chemical cocktail, if you will. They all smell different. You've got your distinctive barbecue flavor, the wood-burning fireplace scent, the campfire in the woods particular bouquet. They're all specific smells, and for the most part, people enjoy some or all of them. You can't beat the sharp, woody scent of a wood-burning fire on a frosty morning or an icy night. It unavoidably conjures images of warm, cozy homes with hot chocolate and s'mores. Wildfires are a little different. They're uncontrolled. They're out of control. Sure, there are such things as controlled fires that the Forestry Service conducts to prevent future raging wildfires, but they're usually on a small scale. The thing about a wildfire is that once it gets going, especially when it's in the middle of nowhere, it gets going fast. Add a good strong wind and it becomes an uncontrollable beast, consuming acres and acres of forest in a short amount of time. And with that raging fire comes an immense amount of smoke. These types of wildfires definitely have an effect on people, and again, for the most part, they're in very rural or even undeveloped areas, so we're not talking about a lot of people. And sometimes these wildfires can be so wild that they race into a nearby town or urban area, and then you've got a big problem on your hands. I've personally seen the devastating effects from these fires. In October of 2017, the Tubbs fire ripped through Napa and Sonoma counties in Northern California, burning 36,810 acres. 22 people were killed. 5,643 structures were destroyed, including 2,800 homes in Santa Rosa. The damage was estimated at $1.2 billion. It was the second most destructive fire in California's history. Second, because the most destructive fire in California's history happened the following year. In November of 2018, the Camp Fire ripped through Butte County, just a few hours further north, burning 153,336 acres. 86 people were killed. It destroyed 18,804 structures. The retirement town of Paradise no longer exists because of it. The damage was estimated at $7.5 to $10 billion. So why am I giving you this brief history lesson and spouting all these facts at you? Well, I'm Jake Fisher, so you should be used to this sort of treatment by now. Okay, only kidding. I know that's no excuse. It's the smoke. You know what barbecue smoke smells like. It's pretty recognizable. Same thing with campfires. That particular woody burning smell. Can't beat it. But a wildfire? That's just as recognizable, but instead of being familiar and comforting, it's fucking terrifying. Especially when you've spent weeks going to work wearing a smoke mask as you leave your home, riding BART, and in the elevator up to your floor. Then you take it off. For a moment, the suffocating smoke smell is even stronger. Then it finally dissipates. The AC has done its job and you can work. Then at the end of the day, you get back in the elevator and head to the ground floor, and pretty soon you start noticing the smoke, breathing it in. You forgot about it. The mask is out and back on, and then you're out walking in the thick smoke fog again, back to your home. And now you're thinking what an insensitive asshole you are for bitching about having to deal with all the smoke, when there are literally thousands of people who no longer have a place to live, and tens of others who were burned to death, trapped in their very childhood homes. The scent is a capsule of all of these memories and thoughts and emotions, much like Ebenezer Scrooge experienced when he returned via the ghost of Christmas past to his old boarding school, except these feelings and recollections are nothing but pain and badness. And now to be in a world where this is just everyday life, possibly? I don't know, and maybe I don't want to know.
Make your statement. Face your fear. When I'm not hunting Jake down through doorway after doorway, I like to relax back in Ostium with one of my favorite podcasts, The Magnus Archives. This brilliant horror anthology follows head archivist Jonathan Sims of the Magnus Institute and his team as they transcribe supernatural goings-on around the world. As you can guess, hijinks ensue. It's so immersive while exploring your deepest fears. I love it. Although, considering how often I go from world to world, well, it's just fiction, right? 160 binge-ready episodes await you, full of eldritch horror, culminating in the upcoming final season. The Magnus Archives, available wherever you listen to your podcasts or at rustyquill.com.
Oh, shit.
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Answer me.
My name is Jake Fisher.
And what are you doing here?
It's kind of a long story.
How did you get inside? It was locked. I locked it.
That's part of the long story.
You better start telling me that story, or I'm going to start wailing on your ass.
Okay, take it easy. I don't mean any harm. God, I'm so sick of saying this. I'm from another world.
Bullshit!
It's true.
Fucking bullshit.
Smell me.
What? What the hell did you just say?
Smell me.
And why would I do that?
Because I don't smell like you. No, it's not what you think. I don't smell like I'm from here, from this world. I don't smell of smoke.
Really? But how can I trust you? How do I know you won't just smack me upside the head the second I get close to you?
Because I won't, because I know that's not good enough. Here, I'll sit on the couch, put my hands under my legs. That way, if I try anything, you've got time to jump out of the way.
Or punch you in the face.
Yeah, I guess. Or that.
Okay. Do that.
What's your name? As I said, I'm Jake.
Rhana.
That's a really pretty name.
Thank you. Now stay the fuck still.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't fucking call me that.
No, sorry, Rhana. I won't.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, you're right. I don't smell smoke.
Told you.
I smell other things. Food and oil and sweat.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've been traveling for a long while. Haven't really had the chance to shower.
Huh. No shit. I'd offer you one, but water's kind of a precious resource around here.
So there's really smoke all the time?
Yes. Where the fuck have you... right. It started out like all fires do, except they didn't get stopped and kept getting bigger. Whole towns went up in cities. A lot of people died. Burned to a crisp. You can't go outside now without a mask. Unless you've given up and want to go out the hard way.
Fuck, that's brutal. I can't imagine a world like that.
Your world isn't like that?
No, none of the worlds I've visited have ever been like this one.
Starless.
Huh?
Starless. It's what I call this world now because I don't see the stars anymore.
Jesus, I'm so sorry.
How do you do it? Get from world to world?
It's nothing to do with me. At least, I don't think it is. There's this place called Ostium where it all started, and these doors lead to different places and times, different worlds. And now I'm trying to find my way back to Ostium, trying to find that right door.
So, it could be this one?
Yes, it could be. I never know until I go through.
Well, we better get you out of this world and into the next one. How much time do you have?
A little.
How do you know?
It's a sense I have. I'm sort of connected with this whole ostium thing, though I don't really know how.
Damn, that's messed up. Okay, you need to get on your way.
Thank you, Rhana, for believing me, for helping me.
You're welcome.
This all could have gone a very different way. Why do you trust me?
Because I have to. I have to believe. I have to believe there are better worlds than this one. And you're my hope. My belief.
That's beautiful.
Aw, shucks. Now get a move on.
Actually, there's a little favor I need. I've been bringing back little trinkets from each of the worlds I visit. Something that has meaning to this place. To Starless.
That helps. A little. Here, I've got this.
What is it? A charred piece of wood?
It's a memento from the house I grew up in. Burned to the ground like everything fucking else in this world. But I wanted to keep a piece. Thought it would be sentimental, but honestly, I haven't thought about it or looked at it in ages.
Thank you again, Rhana. That's perfect. And for what it's worth, don't give up. You're alive. There might be somewhere else out there that's still standing, where there's no smoke.
You read my mind, man. I think about that every time I go to bed at night. And every morning I'm thankful I've got another day to try and find it.
I'd offer to take you with me, but I don't think the laws of the universe would allow it. Plus, you probably wouldn't come.
Damn right I wouldn't. I belong here, in Starless.
Well, see you in another life. Maybe. Rhana, it was a pleasure meeting you.
You too, Jake.
Thanks.
There's gotta be a better world than this one.
Post-apocalyptic audio drama in which rampant fires have destroyed not only lives and the earth, but what little civilization was left. Rhana is on a mission to restore humanity to the world. While only a few episodes of Starless were ever released, due to the creator being unable to continue with the show, what was released was compelling and engrossing. When we arranged to do a crossover episode, I was excited about writing it, considering for the last 3 years I have dealt with devastating fires in some shape or form, living in Northern California. It was a future I could comprehend, and an empathy I could identify with. While the main feed for Starless is no longer available, listeners are able to access it on archive.org. A link is in the show notes. This episode was written by Alex C. Telander. The part of Jake is performed by Chris Fletcher. The part of Rhana is performed by Just E.G. Sound design was done by Hail and Well Met Podcasts. Check out more of their great work at hailandwellmetpodcasts.com. For a link to a transcript of this episode, please check the show notes. If you enjoy Ostium and would like to support the show, you can do so on our Patreon at patreon.com/ostiumpodcast. We've updated our reward structure with lots of new bonus goodies like new miniseries, a special Zoomcast about how podcasts are made called From the Sound Up, postcards for patrons, and a Zoom chat with members of Team Ostium and patrons every couple of months. You can find all this and more at patreon.com/ostiumpodcast. Thanks for listening, and our next episode will release in 2 weeks.